What's up, everybody? We're gonna be watching Zach D films, and yeah, just watching Zach D films. So yeah. Good. Y'all just saw my. I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna upload this video first, and then upload my FC. Search for here. Subscribe. I mean, I'm doing it saying subscribe for free, but I mean, it is a good 25 million. That's a lot. Alright, we're gonna be watching just until I feel like to stop.
He stumbled across a bear cub and its mother, but as he pulled out his bear spray, the mother ran toward him. He dropped to the ground and covered his neck just before the bear attacked, biting him and throwing him.
I can't laugh, but like,
and as she bit down,
yo, why is he, like, he's so stiff?
His hands, he heard a pop. Now he thought it was his skull being crushed, but it was actually the bear biting down on the spray and making it explode. She and her cub ran off, and the man crawled to safety. And when rangers arrived, he convinced them not to kill the bear, saying she was only trying to protect her child.
Okay, next one's a little
He was
laggy.
pretending to be blind, while a hidden camera
What?
recorded nearby. Then he fell on the ground, waiting for someone to help, when an older man stopped to help him. Moments later, the influencer revealed that this was a kindness test. He handed the man $1,000, and the video went viral. A fundraiser even raised $100,000 for this.
Raising 100K is insane for helping a blind person. Bro just got out the shower feeling good today, so he helped the blind person get up, and he got 100K.
Stranger, but weeks later, a woman asked him for a ride, and as he dropped her off, others were waiting. They tied him up and threw him in the back of a car. Then they drove around town, forcing him to withdraw the money from TMs. Then they set his car on fire, leaving him trapped inside. Witnesses pulled him out just in time, and police later revealed that it had all been planned by his own nephew.
What? Chad, what?
How big of a telescope would you need if you wanted to spy on your ex from the International Space Station?
Alright, that is crazy. That is crazy. Needing the urge to see your your ex when you're in space is insane.
Well, a normal one can see clear detail from about a mile away, and the ISS is about 250 miles above Earth. So, to see your ex, you would have to bolt a telescope the size of 2 football fields to the side. But the ISS travels over 16 times faster than the Earth spins. This means you would have to slow the station down until the speed matched exactly, letting you finally see them from space. But at that speed, the station would be too slow to escape the Earth's gravity, and it would be pulled down towards it. Even if the thrusters were going at full blast, it would still plummet through the atmosphere, breaking apart and sending debris straight through the clouds and into the ocean.
Nah! In front of the...
If you get on your friend's shoulders, put on a trench coat, and try to buy one movie...
I don't know how he's holding up this big bag. It's gotta be...
Well, they'll obviously know what you're up to.
What is that movie in the back? Oh, heck no! This freaky
You see, your weight would make your friend wobble as he walks, and since you still have a child's face, they'll know you're not an adult. Instead, you need to build a special frame that will hold you up, taking the weight off your friend's shoulders. And a rigid pole would connect you to a harness.
I think the weight of the metal is still,
Connected to his hips. Mechanical leg braces would help lift your weight, allowing him to walk straight. And a hyper-real latex mask would change your face, making you look old enough to match the height.
There's no way you need to do all that.
The doctor said he had a deadly...
There's no way you gotta do all that just to go watch some freaky show.
So he started chemo and weekly blood transfusions. And as the years passed, the treatment made him lose all his energy. He was stuck in his parents' basement while he prepared them for his death. But years later, another doctor got suspicious when he took the man's blood. And soon, the truth was confirmed. He never had the disease to begin with. The first doctor would lie to patients, charging them for treatments they didn't actually need. He was eventually fired, and the man stopped chemo, returning to a normal life.
That is insane. How do you fake it? Like, why?
If you screw a handle onto each side of a bicycle wheel and wrap a string around your hand before connecting it to the handle, it'll just drop down when you let go of it. But if you spin the wheel really fast, the speed keeps it going in one direction, while the spinning stops gravity from pulling it down immediately. And because the rope and gravity tug at the wheel in different directions, instead of tipping over, the wheel would twist to one side. And for a while, it would balance itself in midair, looking like it's defying gravity.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that's sad.
As he broke into the car, a mosquito bit him, sucking up his blood. But after his joyride, he just dumped the car. And when it was found, investigators discovered the dead mosquito full of blood. When they tested it, they came back with a match, and they brought the man in for
W mosquito. W mosquito. The only thing that mosquitoes are helpful for.
Making it the first case in the country that used a mosquito as evidence. When you peel a cinnamon roll can, the seam holding it shut loosens, and tapping it lightly helps the pressure dough burst out. But if it was the size of a Cybertruck, you would need a chain and a giant crank to peel the strip, with two heavyweight champions using sledgehammers to pop it. And if it was as tall as the Leaning Tower of Pisa, you would have to use giant crank.
Do you not think, am I the only one that thinks cinnamon rolls are overrated? Just a fact for me. Like, they're good, they're really good, but like, there's way better out there.
And a large wrecking ball to open it. Now, if it stretched into a skyscraper, special helicopters using thick metal cables would break the seam. Then King Kong would have to smash it again.
Okay. King Kong.
Mountain, but the burst would launch giant chunks of dough across entire city blocks, crushing cars and killing dozens of people. He pulled the trigger, aiming right for the tiger, and it roared as it ran into the forest. Now, he thought the tiger was gone, but it was actually following his scent, tracking the man through the forest to his cabin. There, the tiger destroyed his pans, his tools, and even his outhouse, all while he was gone. Then, it waited for nearly 2 days.
This tiger, he's camping at a camp house, ready to freaking build this guy and freaking KO'd it? Like, dang. I know you got shot, but like, there's no way you gotta be crashing out this bad. Otherwise, not
Stayed near his door, silent and still. And when he finally returned, the tiger attacked before he could reach his gun. It wasn't hunting for food, it was waiting just for him.
Nah!
As your pee hits the toilet, a test strip is pushed into the stream, checking for any signs of illness. And when you poop, the camera takes a video and checks the shape, color, and texture to make sure it's normal. A scanner on the flush handle reads your fingerprint, and a second system can detect the print on your butt, so the toilet knows exactly who just used it. It stores and tracks this info over months, and your doctor can see this information, so they can spot early warning signs of illness before you ever feel sick.
Alright, good. It's not. Okay.
They detonated the first atomic
find more
bomb
videos
just
around
12
stuff.
miles from people's homes, waking them from their sleep without warning. White flakes fell from the sky, and children played in it like snow. But this was actually nuclear fallout, and the civilians had no idea what they were dealing with. It covered homes and fields, spreading radioactive waste. Soon, crops suffered and animals died. And
Dang.
years later, so did some of the people, all because they weren't warned.
Dang! Good.
The bee pukes up the nectar into another bee's mouth, which vomits it into the hive. You see, this nectar is first collected from a flower, where the bee sucks it up and stores it in a special stomach. Next, it starts to break the nectar down, splitting the sugars into separate parts to keep it fresh, before throwing it up over and over again to evaporate some of the water while keeping the sugars. When it gets back to the hive, it vomits it into a receiver bee's mouth, and that bee spits it into a wax cell.
That gotta be you, bro. Bro, like, what if we're lucky we're not bees, because what if we had to freaking vomit in somebody's receiver's mouth and then have to put it in some cup? Like, if I'm a receiver, I'm receiving a envelope. You know what? They're gonna be receiving an envelope saying I quit, because there's no way I'm getting vomit in my mouth.
The bee,
No way.
she stepped out of the car to get some fresh air, but they were in a drive-through safari park, and a tiger immediately shot out from the trees, clamped its
Leave him!
jaws around her, and dragged her off the road. Her family in the car screamed as she disappeared behind the bushes, and her mother jumped out to save her, running straight toward the tiger. But
But I got
another
that
one
chocolate.
ran at her from the side and began to maul her.
Where's
as
the
she lay on the
chocolate?
ground. A ranger raced to the woman in a jeep, honking at the tigers, forcing them back long enough to reach the daughter. She survived with serious injuries, but her mother didn't make it.
No.
You would crack open the fertilized egg to reveal the boiled duck fetus
Ugh.
inside. After drinking
Ugh.
the liquid, you would peel away the rest of the shell. Then you would dip the yolk in salt and vinegar and eat it, along with the white from around the fetus. Finally, you would bite into the feathery baby duck. Now, since it's not fully grown, the feet, bones, and beak are still soft enough to chew and swallow, meaning you can eat the whole thing. And even though some people think it's gross, in Southeast Asia, it's considered a delicacy.
What did I
He
just
swerved the
watch?
car through the street while his conjoined twin brothers screamed, and some say he drove them right into a passing cart. Police arrived moments later and arrested them both. In court, the judge was about to send the driver to jail, but his conjoined brother argued that he was innocent, and sending his brother to jail would mean imprisoning him too. The judge realized there was no fair punishment, because no cell could hold one conjoined twin without trapping the other. So both men were released.
W? Alright, this is the last one.
If you tripped while stepping on to a paternoster elevator, you might think you would get crushed to death between the floors, or fall straight into the elevator shaft. But most of these lifts have movable flaps between the edges of the car and the landing. So even if you tripped and got stuck, the flaps would just give way, letting you climb out safely. And the panels in between each car would stop you from sliding through the gaps. But modern safety laws are way stricter now, meaning you actually can't build one of these today.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna stop it here. See y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna start uploading consistently. Hope you liked the video.